Today's lesson is chapter 3.4, Graphing Linear Equations in Standard Form. And this is not linear equations, this is actually art made with fractals. It's still math, and I like them, so you'll see me occasionally put up pictures of those. Okay, so standard form of a line is ax plus by equals c, a, b, c. And you can tell it's linear because we have an x and we have a y in here. Remember, we also have the slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, but this is the standard form. So here are some examples. 2x plus 3y is 7. X plus y equals 10. Remember, every one of these I could put in y equals mx plus b form if I wanted to. But all of these are linear, okay, and they're all in standard form. Okay, so a few years ago when I was living in Minnesota, I was curious about how a child would lay a pencil on a number line. I know that sounds really weird, but I had a number line like this, and I had a pencil, and I laid it on the ground, and I said, put the pencil on 0. And they took the pencil, and they put it on like this. They didn't put it on it like this, they put it on it like this. Okay, so this is the x-axis, and if x equals 0, that means the pencil would go on it like this. So the line would go up and down. I also gave them a number line like this, which of course they didn't know was the y-axis, but it's the y-axis, and I asked them to lay the pencil on 0 again, and they did it this way. They didn't do it this way, they did it this way. So if we have y equals 0, our line goes through like this. Okay. All right, so horizontal and vertical lines. The graph of y equals b is a horizontal line, and it passes through b. So that's just like what I showed you with the pencil. So if I have y equals something, the line is going to be horizontal. Okay, if I have the graph x equals a, that is a vertical line, and the line passes through a. So just like if I've got a number on the x-axis and I lay a pencil on it, that's going to go straight up and down. Okay, sometimes those are hard to remember, which ones are vertical and which ones are horizontal. So let's look at this. We have y equals 4. If I made a table for that, let's say I put in these values, okay, y equals 4. There's nothing to plug in because y is always 4. So if I graph this, I have -3, 4, -2, 4, -1, 4, 0, 4, and it keeps going. So here is my line, y equals 4. Again, I would lay my pencil on the 4 on the y-axis. Over here we have x equals -2. So if I put this, give myself some values over here, oops. Actually, in this case, my x is -2, so I'm not giving myself any values to go from. It's just -2, -2, -2, and it doesn't matter what y is. Okay, it's always -2. So here I have -2, -3, okay, -2, -2, -2, -1, -2, 0, and it just keeps going. So this is my line, x equals -2. So it's straight up and down, like this. Okay, x and y intercepts. I think that you guys had that last year when we're talking about the x and y intercepts. So if we have a line that crosses the y-intercept, where it crosses is the y-intercept, okay? Over here it crosses the x-axis, and where it crosses is the x-intercept. Of course, with some functions there's more than one x-intercept, but with lines there's one y-intercept and there's one x-intercept. Okay, so graphing using x and y intercepts is actually one of my favorite ways to graph. All x-intercepts will look like a number and 0. Okay, so x-intercepts will be x, 0. Okay, y-intercepts will always look like something and y. All right? Make sure that you pause this video and take notes, because I don't have notes for you since this is on a video. But pause and take notes as we go, please. All right, so let's look at this problem. Use intercepts to graph the equation 3x plus 4y equals 12. Well, if I am looking for the x-intercept, that means that I've got some number and 0, right? So that means that I plug in 0 for y, because my y0 is 4. So 3x plus 4 times 0 equals 12. That gives me 3x equals 12 divided by 3, x equals 4. Okay, so my x-intercept is 4, 0. So I come over here, 4, 0. Now when I'm using the y-intercept, my x value is 0, and I don't know what my y value is yet. So I plug in 0 for x, so I have 3 times 0 plus 4y equals 12, and I have 4y equals 12 divided by 4, and I get y equals 3. So my y-intercept then is 0, 3. And then I can draw a line through those. Okay, another way that you can think of this is, if y is 0, then that's going to make this 0, and I can cover it up. I'm left with 3x equals 12, which means x is 4. All right? When I'm looking for the y-intercept, I just cover this one up because that's going to become 0, and I have 4y equals 12, so y equals 3. So I don't know if that helps or not. That's the way I do it. Okay, let's do this next example on the next video.